Alright guys, getting in the taxi now. Ooh, I'm gonna take you sideways here. And that is the end of my stay at the Biz Hotel. Beautiful, beautiful hotel. Great staff, great service. And just to give you guys a reference, I spent about 4 days here and I ate in the restaurant in the hotel about 2 times a day. I had coffee, got my laundry done. I even took stuff out of the minibar, which I don't think I've ever done in my life. I had some chips because I slept through dinner once. I woke up at like midnight starving, and I had a couple soft drinks and everything, and it came to about $50 Canadian, which is like 70, no, probably around $70-$80 Fijian. So just to give you an idea, that would all cost me probably, that'd be $300, $400, $500 Canadian to eat in a hotel for all your meals for up to a week. So if anybody's looking for a place to stay in Rajkot, I would 150%, even though that's not a real percentage number, definitely recommend the Biz Hotel. So I'm off to the airport now, and now we begin the flight home. I'll give it to you again. Rajkot to Mumbai, Mumbai to Chennai, Chennai to Singapore, Singapore, Brisbane, Brisbane, Nandi, Nandi back to Mombasa. So here we go. Let's start the journey home. But this time, I'm gonna try not to miss any flights. Hello, Mumbai. So I just arrived in Mumbai, and one thing that I didn't have much of a layover time here, but if you're traveling, just be sure, just if you don't know, ask lots of questions. Ask every security guard, ask every person who like wears a name tag if you're in a rush, because I only have about 45 minutes from the time the plane landed, because we're about about half an hour delayed. So travel tips, that's where you're going, because I would have never found this. And this is like an overnight sleeper bus looking thing, but this is what takes you from the terminal that we landed at to terminal number 1, which is where I got to go to. So I never ever would have figured that out unless I would have been asking people, and then I would have missed the bus and probably missed my flight. But on the bus, and let's hope we make it to the next flight. It's always a stress when you book through these online booking companies. You never know if they're going to give you it looks like it, but all you have to do is be delayed by a little bit from one flight, and you might not make the next one. So we'll see here. Hopefully I get to the gate. Should have enough time. Ooh, the other thing that's risky that I didn't actually do is put my name and address, email address, phone number in my, or somewhere on my check-in baggage, because the other risk when your flights are delayed is, like, I got both of my boarding passes at my last one, so, and they told me my check-in luggage is checked all the way through to where my last boarding pass was for, which is in Chennai. But sometimes your bags don't get off the plane in time to get to the other terminal where it has to be loaded onto the next plane. So hopefully the suitcase comes, but that is a note for all of you as well. Try to put some sort of identification onto the check-in luggage, especially the check-in luggage. So guys, this is going into the city, and that's what it looks like, at least. Luckily there's a gentleman here that verified with me. He's on the same flight as me to Chennai, so he verified with me that this is just going to Terminal 1, because we've been in here for like 5-10 minutes, and I'm like, where the heck is this going? And I open the curtain and all I see is like the sign where you're exiting out of Mumbai airport. So don't panic if you're on this bus ride that looks like a type of bus that will take you from like city to city in India. I was stressing hard. I opened that window up, I'm like, holy shoot, we're freaking leaving the airport, and I'm definitely missing my flight. But this gentleman said that we're gonna be good, so we're gonna be good. Well, that's my gate right behind there. It's supposed to be boarding in like 10 minutes, but oh, I did make it, by the way. But they're boarding another flight there, so that can't be it. Now, the problem is that a lot of these screens are not in English. And the English does appear, but it appears for like 2 seconds at a time. See what I'm talking about here? So yeah, luckily numbers are numbers all over the world, huh? So, oh, this just changed, but that did say right there at gate 27, I saw NAI, which was the last numbers of Chennai, gate 27, which is this way. So let's go see if gate 27 is where my flight goes to. Well, peeps, I found my flight. There it is, 65279 to Chennai, and it's gonna start boarding in about 5 minutes. Honestly, I think sometimes I'm just a bit of a stress case when I travel, but I don't need to. If Steph sees this, she'll laugh and probably slap me over the backside of the head, because when I have long layovers or anything like that at airports, where she would like leave the hotel or leave the airport and go, you know, explore a city. If you have like a 8-9 hour layover, I'm like, nope. I want to get to my gate, I want to sit down. But sometimes, as you guys saw in my trip here, John goes to his gate without his boarding pass and sits there for 8 hours. And then when he goes to board, he has to go back to security and then misses his flight. But just remain calm, remain calm. Apparently Mumbai airport has gotten so big that they had to like put a terminal like way off on the other side for some of these domestic flights. So that's why we had to basically like go what felt like to the city. So we're here, we made it, and now it's off to tonight. A little update for y'all. I made it to Chennai, and look what I got. Prepping that merch, prepping that big extra large suitcase. Look how long this place is. I think it's about 800 meters long, something they said. But luckily you got these like sick little escalators the whole way along for lazy people. So, check in for the Singapore flight, have some dinner, because that's like 1 in the morning. So it's a good time to me. Do you understand what's being said? Alright, about to leave India. Going to Singapore, and I got a 9-hour layover, baby. Whew. But at least I'll be in Singapore. So I've been in Singapore for a few hours now. I'm just checking in at the Qantas desk. And now, one thing that I really hope she's able to figure out is that I can get both boarding passes, because I do not have a visa for Australia. So I need to be able to be checked all the way through and not have to pick up my bags. So we'll see. All right, guys, good news. The bag will be checked all the way through, and I got 2 boarding passes. So I do not have to go and clear security in Australia. Because when you have both flights that are with the same airline, usually you can just assume that they're going to check you all the way through. And that's indeed what happened. Travelers are so unsure at the moment, like with all the health regulations and COVID stuff that you have to do. And it's just like one person will say, yeah, it's okay, you got your certificate for Fiji. Another person will say, well, there's no QR code on the Fiji certificate. Oh, but it's a Moderna, so it's okay. It's just like, it's all over the place. So it's like, it's really cross your fingers at the moment. So I'm gonna go back to security here and just go sit at the gate, I guess. All right, people, made it home. 60 something hours later, and we made it home. All right, everybody, I got through security and I am home, and you know who I'm driving with. That's right. Hola. You guys know him now. That video is just going crazy right now on social media. Look at the view. Look at the view. Welcome home to Fiji, hey? So I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching the travel videos over the past couple of days. I'm just glad to be back. So I'm gonna rest, and then actually Stephanie's gonna be meeting me here tomorrow morning. She comes from LA. And we're just gonna hang out for like 24 hours before we go back to all the craziness that will be getting everything finalized for the grand opening of Fresh Tea and Coffee. And we hope to see you there. Peace. Good to be home.